Okay, now this is our setup here. So we are just going to dive right in and start our painting today, the pour that's going to happen on this canvas. So again, I'll just go through over the setup. I have propped my canvas, this is the stretch canvas 8 by 10, and I have propped it on these small cups that you have in your kit. Just 4 cups for the 4 corners, and so it just sits there and doesn't touch the surface. If you are working in the container that's given or in the box, I'm just using a plastic sheet because it just makes it better for you to see the video. But you can always use the container that we provide in our kits. So this is the setup for the canvas here, and then the paints from the bottles. I have taken them out in these cups so you can see the tutorial better, but you are welcome to you just pour straight from the containers that are provided. Just give it a nice shake first, and then I will tell you what to do if you are going to add the silicone oil. So this is our paint pour today. These are the colors in your kit. This is the silver, black, the gold. This is the gold color here, very beautiful gold that we have here in our kit. And then this is the white. You will see that you have more of the white because that is what goes in the background. So I have just taken it out in 2 different cups, but you are welcome to use from that same bottle there. So I'm just going to leave that aside for now. And let's get going here. Again, be sure you are covering your surface with some protective cover that is provided in the kit. And also you're wearing gloves. You'll see in a minute why the gloves are so handy. You don't want to get your hands so dirty, as this is a messy process, but that's all the fun here. And we have this big cup that's in your kit to pour the paints. So we are going to do a technique that is called a tree ring pour or ring pour, but we are going to do it a little differently this time. We are going to do a split cup. It makes it more interesting and we can use more colors that way. So let's start. Before that, I'm going to add just a drop of silicone oil in all these paints I have here. If you are using directly from the bottle, just add 2 drops in each of the paint cups or bottles. That's all we need, not too much. And once you add the silicone oil, just give a very light stir. Don't stir it too vigorously. This is what I'm doing, just a light stir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. If you are using the paint from the bottle, just give the bottle a light shake and that's it. So we'll just stir these paints just very lightly here. And then we will be ready to start with the magic. So once you have the silicone stirred in that, you can just keep aside the stirrers if you are using them for the cups. I also have some paper towels handy just in case you spill something or you want to wipe the stirrers on there. I'm just going to leave that on that paper sheet I have here. So here are the colors we are using. I'm really excited about this pour today. Okay, so the silicone oil bottle can go here as well. So this is the cup we are going to pour from. I'm just going to show that on the canvas, but you can also do it somewhere just aside from the canvas if you prefer it that way. So what we are going to do is we are going to start with black and white. So we're going to have these in both our hands. If you are using from the bottle, to have the paint bottles in both your hands, and then pour from 2 different sides of the cup. And we are going to pour half of this, half of the bottle or half of these cups that you have. I have 2 cups for white and you'll see in a minute why that is. So we are going to pour half of this, half on one side, half on the other. So you see it kind of stays separated in the cup there. It's the clear cup, so you can see that. Then we are going to pour the silver and the gold. So the silver goes over the white and gold goes over the black part. Again the same thing, we are going to pour half of these containers, or half of from the bottles. Pour both at the same time so they don't get mixed. So we still have half in these cups here. Then we'll go again with the white and black. This time pour the full quantities of that bottles you have, or these cups here, on the same side again. Don't switch sides here. You'll see they are getting mixed up in the same side. That is okay. So we are using up all the paint now, black and white. Again same with gold and silver on the same side. Use up all the paint now. And as you can see, we still have half of our white paint here, but that comes later. So our paints are done. We can just leave them on the side now, just not to make a mess here. So we can start with the pour. This is what our cups looks like. Half of it is in white and silver. The other half is black and gold, as you can see there. And so with the other half of your white, what we are doing is just creating a puddle in the middle of your canvas here. Again, we are going to use half of this quantity, half we are going to pour around the circle. So I again have half of this in the cup or the bottle if you are using. So the cup we are going to hold this way and start to pour from the center line. You can still see the line there, the line between the silver part and the golden part. So we are going to pour from this side. Just start to pour very slowly. You see the silver is coming down first. And then just swirl in small tiny circles, not too big, not too wide. And just keep pouring till all the paint is done. You can see the circles starting to form the wonderful rings that we have in this pour. And I am just giving very light swirls to my cup. We are going to use up all the paint from the cup. And if it just spills over the sides of the canvas, that is okay, because that is what we are going to do anyways. So that's the end of the paint there. Let's finish off everything that you have in that cup. And be sure to keep your hand when you are taking the cup away, because we don't want to get a streak of paint or just blobs of paint right in this circle. It's going to wipe my hand because I have something on my hand here. And now comes the fun part of swirling the paint around the canvas here. So this is what it is looking like now. You can see the small rings that are forming, and we just move the canvas back and forth, and you can see some cells happening there. That is with the silicone oil that we just put. So we are getting the rings and some dots there, and they look very pretty in this kind of pour. In some ring pours we don't add any silicone oil if we don't want the circles, the dots in there. So you are just, the way I'm moving the canvas is to one side and then just bring it back in the center, move it to the other side, and any direction is okay. Just go with your instinct. So you can see all the paints coming through here now. I'm going to let it flow across the edge there, over the sides, and then bring it back. I'm going to go over to this side now. And just go with your instinct for how you want the design to show. If you like this part better, spill some paint more on that side. So once it spills over the sides, bring it right back in so you get nice circles there. And just keep doing that till your full canvas is covered. If you have the half paint, the white paint, you can just put it around your design if you want, so the paint flows better. Just use up everything. And that way you can leave some part of the canvas white if you want to, if you think that looks better. Sometimes I like to do that. We call it the negative space. And you can see these different circles happening here when we move the canvas back from the pour. And you can also see these cells getting wider and they're looking very pretty now. I think I'm going to cover my full canvas. I like those circles and the rings better instead of just the white. So I'm just going to let it flow all over the sides here, all across. You can see the distinct lines there. And with the pouring medium that we have in our paints, what it does, it doesn't create a big mess of paint, but rather keeps the paint separate. So we get all kinds of different, when we are using different techniques, we can get the circles or the cells. You can see the sides also look very nice with this technique there. So you can keep tilting the canvas if you want, or just stop if you think your design looks good the way it is. Just try to find a balance between the colors, and if you see what you like on your canvas, you are just welcome to stop there. But be sure that the full canvas is covered with paint and there are no empty spots there. The sides can be covered fully or not, like they can remain a little blank also. So this is what I have here. I'm going to cover my sides also so they don't remain blank. And that's our pour here, the black, white, gold and silver. You can see the silver, gold in the black and these small cells in the painting as well as these lines. So this is what it looks like. And then when you are done, prop it back again on your cups and then just leave that to dry. It will take around 2 days to dry completely, so be sure you are not disturbing anything. If you are pouring in the container that is given, you can very gently move the container to a safe spot in your house and cover with the lid if you want, or if the place is safe, you don't need to cover with the lid at this point. But be aware that it takes a while to dry because we have so much paint on there.